Another Inspiration in 30. My name is Gloria Ward. Let me fix my screen. And I'm the founder of the I'm Loving Me Project, where we inspire you to love yourself. We inspire you to live your highest and truest self. We celebrate those women who overcame and became. And we also give you the tools necessary for you to go ahead and live your life, right? And I have to tell you guys, um, a little something that just happened. I was just sitting here. I wasn't sitting, but I kind of started off late today as far as getting up because I was trying to get the dogs together. And I take them out early in the morning. So when I take them out early in the morning, I come back and then I have to do my own inspiration and all that stuff, and then I continue to go on, right? So for some reason, the hey Vanessa, for some reason, the Michael Jackson song has been in my head. Be Mine. If you don't know what that is, it's on the Thriller album. So it's like the Be Mine song, right? And I've been listening to it and dancing to it or whatever. So let me tell you what happened. And don't, I mean, I know you guys don't judge me, but whatever. So I'm in the house and I'm getting ready because I'm like, I gotta do the inspiration in 30 at 7:30. Now the balcony is right here, the door to the balcony. I open it so that the dogs can go in and out. And they run my life. They go out there, they bark at everybody, they get on my nerves. So I had got out the shower, but the TV was on YouTube, right? So I'm listening to the song and I'm dancing, getting myself all hyped up. And then I go to come and close the door to get ready. And so somebody says, "Thank you so much." Basically, I'm right across from what is this? The Atlanta Center for foot and ankle surgery, right? So apparently, when the door was open, somebody saw me. The little guy saw me dancing, right? Now he's on the other side of the team, if you know what that means. And he was like, "Thank you," and I'm sitting there puzzled. So basically, he saw me dance, and I wasn't fully naked, but he probably saw some boobs jump up and down, right? So I didn't get all crazy about it. I was just like glad I could help. But I'm telling you, a sister got to be more careful. I don't ask me why these things be happening to me, but they do. So I'm like, I hope now that he don't be looking in my window every day. I gotta be mindful to keep my balcony door closed, right? But anyway, y'all, so shit like that be happening all the time, and I just be like, I guess that's just what it is, right? I mean, he ain't see the other part. If he did, he'll probably be up here now or divorcing his wife. You know what I'm saying? But today, guys, I wanted to go ahead and talk about money because I think that's important. As we go on this journey, like I told you yesterday, you're gonna encounter people who is gonna try to reel you back, but you're also gonna encounter what your beliefs are about money. You're also gonna encounter what you think and how you think you can earn money, or what's your money blueprint. And I want you to just get a general idea and a new way of thinking about what money is so that you can start to uh, grow in that aspect, right? Because most of us weren't taught about money when we were younger. So we believe what our parents and everybody taught us about money. And because we have those ideas and everything in our head, now that we're trying to embark on whatever it is that we're trying to embark on, if it's a career or a business or whatever, those things still come up. And most of the time, that's the thing that's holding us back, and we don't even know it, right? So, the first thing I want to just let you guys know, I've been writing down some little quotes that I found. And here's one that I love. Where there is no enemy within, the enemy outside cannot hurt you. And that's an African proverb. And the other one that I like is wishes won't wash dishes. That I love a lot. Wishes won't wash dishes. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about money. Now, I remember years ago when I first started my business, I was always told, when you start your business, you have to be able to, you know, uh, 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 have money for it, be able to sustain everything that's going on, and you got to be able to make sure that you can pay for stuff, right? Well, back then, my thought process about money is you got to be able to work hard for money, right? You have to be able to get up and do something every day to go get it. Money doesn't grow on trees, right? We heard that a lot. You gotta be uh, you gotta stick to a budget. You gotta be frivolous about money. Some people are frugal when it comes to money, right? And what I started to realize is as I started growing and doing this work, my area of blockage is I was growing in who I was. I was growing, in my self love and forgiveness and everything. But I did not see a change when it came to my finances. And I was struggling in that area because I was saying to myself, okay, I believe I'm doing everything right as I embark on my new journey, right? But why is it in the area of money that I'm still struggling? Why is it that I'm still not seeing any growth in that area? And let me tell you what it is. If you are experiencing that, what you're doing is you're doing this, right? And I want you to write this down. Some areas are easy for you to believe, and the area with money is hard for you to believe that you can get more, right? And that's okay. The reason why you believe that is because of how you were raised and what you were taught about money and what society told you money was, right? So, because you were taught that, it is so ingrained in you, you're either doing a couple of things. You're working hard for it. You're going to work every day. You're doing your 8 hours. You're doing your 40 hours a week. You getting the check. You spending it on your bills. You seeing that you don't have that much left. So you're going back and you're doing it over and you're doing it over again, but you can't see why you're not progressing, right? Or you are busting your ass trying to make sure that it's working out for you and your business, and you just don't understand why you got more month than money when it comes to the end of the month, and why your bills are so high and all this stuff, because you weren't taught what it means and what money is, right? So let me tell you what money is, right? And I want you to get this because it's going to be hard to believe in the beginning, but I'm going to give you the simplest way that I know that helped me to start progressing along my money journey, right? The first thing that you want to tell yourself is that money is nothing but a tool, right? It's a way for me to get those things that I want. It's just a tool, right? What I do every day in order to get that tool is I trade my time. If you have a job, I trade my time to get this tool, right? If I'm a business owner, what I do is I provide value, and in return I get this tool, right? Now, we can say, well, money is hard to come by. I don't have enough, right? Money is everywhere. You can raise money, you can get money, you can do all that. And so a lot of people say, well, Gloria, How can I get it when I'm looking at my bank account and I'm only on a fixed income? Whatever they pay me at the job, that's what I get. That's how I pay my bills, right? So the next thing we got to do is look at your mindset, your money blueprint. You believe that you have to trade your time for money. That's what most of us believe. That's what I believed. You believe that in order for you to get more, you have to go ahead and give more of yourself. But I want you to think about something. A person that got two jobs, are they still doing better than a person who got one? Most likely, no. And they're trading a lot of time for money that still does not help them advance as much as they can, right? So I remember my uncle having two and three jobs, but you still broke, even though you got two or three jobs. You He would go to work early in the morning and come home the next day. And even though he was getting paid from two or three places, it still wasn't enough to take care of everything that is going on in his life because uh he didn't understand the power of money, right? So how do we get on the right track and we start to earn more money? If you understand that money is a tool and you understand that in order for you to get money, money is an exchange of value. That's all it is. When you look at something on Amazon, when you look at something that you want in a store, what you're saying to yourself is that I believe that if I get that, if I have that, it will make me happy. It will cut my time down. It will make me feel better, right? Or it will give me some kind of pleasure. So if we know that and we say into ourselves, well, I want to be able to make more money. What is the value that you can provide in order to make that happen? Because remember, money is a tool. So let's say you at work and you say to yourself, this job, I need to be able to make more money, right? I want to be able to go up in my career. I want to be able to see how I can increase my income doing whatever it is that I'm doing now. Well, you assess the situation and you say, can I provide any more value at this company that will help me increase my income? And you weigh it out. If it's a yes or a no, if it's a yes, then you say, well, how can I do that? It might be going to, different meetings, networking with different people, doing all this stuff in order for you to be able to not focus on the money, but focus on the value. Does that make sense? Because when we focus on the money, 9 times out of 10, we focusing on what we don't have and it keeps us stuck. We're focusing on the lack of money. And because we're focused on the lack of money, we can't get no more because we're trying to hold on to what it is that we already have. And because we're trying to hold on to what we already have, our hands are not open to get more. Does that make sense? It's going to take you some time to get this concept uh, uh, embedded in your brain, only because for so many years you looking at what you have and you looking at what the reality is in your life, and you saying to yourself, how in the hell this can get better, right? How in the world this can get better with this is what I got. I only got the pension coming in from my husband or my mother or whatever. And I also got my job that I have, right? And when I put those things together, I'm on a fixed income. So I can't start this business. I can't do this because I don't make enough, right? where the mindset has to change. And you say to yourself, how can I be more of service or provide more value in order for me to be able to increase my income? What are some of the things that I can do in order to get out there and grow what it is that I know that I'm good at, right? When you think the other way, money doesn't grow in trees. I don't have it. I can't do nothing. You're coming from a place of lack and you won't be able to get more, right? When you think of money as a tool, when you think of money as value, and think about it, way back in the day, before there was actual currency, you trading goats and fruit and all this stuff because that stuff had value, right? What is it that you're bringing to the table to help you get a healthy more, right? Because when you focus on what it is that you love and you focus on where you want to go, the money automatically follows you. It automatically follows you. And that's the honest to God truth. But when you thinking about it, when you trying to hold on to it, when you trying to make sure that it doesn't run out, you're coming from a place of lack and you're not opening yourself up to get more because what you're focusing on is what you don't have, holding on to it, and you're not giving yourself the opportunity to focus on the value that comes with it. It's like that Bible story about the talents. That's exactly what this is, right? They were teaching you how you get healthy more. The way that you get healthy more. What was the talent story? Yeah, I know it. The person who the king gave 3 talents, 2 talents, 1 talent, right? And the person with the 1 talent went and buried it, didn't do anything with it because he was trying to hold on to it. And because he was trying to hold on to it, he was punished for that. Because the way that you get more is that you take what you have and you give value to get more. Does that make sense? Your mindset has to be in the place of, I'm willing to go ahead and invest in myself to get more. I am willing to take a chance on me in order to be able to grow what it is that I have. Here's the second thing that we need to understand, which you're going to encounter all the time. When I say this journey that we are on will tell you some things about yourself, not just about your trauma and how, and what happened to you and how you got to forgive and all that stuff, but it will also tell you your habits and what you do, right? The second thing is, right? What is that Bible verse? Are you faithful? What is it called? How are you faithful over the few things? Are you faithful over the few things? Meaning that, do you already take care of what you have? Are you a good steward over the money that you're making now? Right? Are you managing well the stuff that you already have, or are you out there just spending it? Because in 2 weeks you're going to get it again. One of the things that I found out about myself was that I told y'all when I had that job, uh, it will be like a check for bills and rent at the end of the month, right? So it will go like this. The money that they were paying me wasn't enough. I knew it, but I didn't believe in myself enough to go ahead and get more. So I accepted for 2 years what they gave me, right? Because I had to do the work inside in order to let myself know that I'm worth more than what they're giving me. Because another thing you have to understand is that people will always pay you what they think you're worth, right? And one of the things that I do is that even with my team, I say, hey, well, how much is this? And, what is it going to take? If you tell me that this is what you can do and this is how much it will cost, I am going to believe you. And I want to be able to see the value in that because you believe this is what you deserve. And if you believe what you deserve, and I know that I'm going to get the value back out of it, I'm happy. Everybody's happy, right? But most of the times, jobs will pay you what they think you're worth, right? So I told you guys I was getting like $2,000 a month. Now, at the time, my rent is $13.90. So what other kind of money, right? What other kind of money am I having? I didn't believe in myself. I believe and I accepted that $2,000 when I was making over $100,000 a month, right? Beforehand, but my self-esteem and my mindset was so low, I couldn't pull myself out of it, and I thought for 2 years that that was what I deserved, right? Because I convinced myself that I needed something steady because remember, my business was shaky, right? I convinced myself that I needed something steady, at least a steady paycheck where I showed up every day in order for me to dig myself out of this hole. Now, how the hell am I going to dig myself out of a hole, y'all? With $2,000 a month, rent $13.90, you got to pay lights, you got to pay car note, you got to pay all this stuff. There was no way. But I convinced myself that that's what it was, right? So here I go with the money, and I just found myself, spending more than what I had because the lifestyle that I had before, I was trying to keep up with. So I conditioned myself to say, okay, at the end of the month, I got to be able to, oh, no, this is what I did because it was $2,000 a month, right? So I would have a check for myself. You know how you do the 2 week thing? You got a check for yourself and then you got the check for bills at the end of the month, right? So I would have to put $500 aside for the check for myself because that would help with the rest of the bills. And then at the end of the month, the whole entire check went to rent and bills and all that stuff. And so I'm saying to myself, okay, so you only have $500 for yourself. And for myself, meaning I still had to eat, get gas, do the maintenance on the car. Myself still included other stuff, right? You get what I'm trying to say? So, really, at the end of the month, you know how much I had for myself? Like $75. And that was for me. And I would say to myself, how am I going to grow with $75 because that is what I had. So I'm looking like, am I really being a good steward over what I have, or do I need to change my mindset? Like something is not adding up because I won't be able to grow with this kind of mindset that I have now, trying to do something with $75 a month, y'all, not a week or anything like that, a month. So I'm telling myself, oh shit, something got to change. Something got to change. But what is it? Is it them or is it me? It's not them. It's not the people that I'm working for. It's not the people that you're working for. They are telling you what you are worth. And you agreed. Can you hear me? You agreed. They told me I was worth $2,000 a month, and I agreed and I said, yes, I am. And I showed up for 2 years saying I was. And I took everything because inside of me, I didn't believe that I was valuable enough. My mindset as it came to money, I convinced myself because I was afraid, because I lost so much money, y'all. I was afraid to get back out there because I was having heart palpitations and everything when my business was going down. So I said I didn't want that pain again. But but let me tell you what changed my mind. That damn $75 a month told me, bitch, you need to get it together. Because there is no way that you can go ahead and say that you're going to elevate your life, and in this area there's a blockage and you holding yourself back. Does that make sense? And I want you to think about it. You might be excelling in loving yourself. You might be excelling in getting in touch with who you are. You might be excelling with forgiving your family members. You might be excelling in your health. But in the area of money, you are coming up against a wall, a ceiling, and you're saying to yourself, how am I going to make this work? I want to be able to go on a trip. I want to be able to go to some of these workshops. I want to be able to expand my mind and do all these things. And what I'm looking at, when I look at my check every month, I'm not seeing how I can make that happen. Well, if you start to tell yourself that money is a tool, you'll start to see different ways in which you can get this tool. You see what I'm saying? When you start to think of money as an exchange of value, not time, not time, because you can have great value and provide great value for some people, and you probably only doing 2 hours of work every day. It's possible, right? What I started telling myself in order to get out of this, I said to myself, Gloria, you're better than this. You deserve everything that you want in your life, including money. And you can do and have and be anything. You can do that. Now, I didn't make goals. This is what we do. And be mindful of this, because I'm gonna tell you right now, this does not work until you have grown to a certain level. Please, please do not put on your vision board, do not put up on your mirror, oh, by the end of the year, I'm going to make an extra $25,000 uh, in my business or at work or whatever it is that you're doing. Do not put that up because in Jesus' name or anything like that or whatever, right? Please do not do that, because you know what you're doing? You're just talking. You don't even believe it. Don't put up anything that you don't believe, because you would just look at it and you know what you're telling yourself unconsciously? Yeah, right. I know it sounds good, right? Right? I know it sounds great. I know I can do what it is that I can do, but I just don't know, right? You know how I started? I said to myself, I would say every day, I know I have the talent to have more in my life. And I know that I can have it. And I'm grateful for everything that God has given me right now. But I know that I can go higher in my life. If I can work on me, I can have more. And so I never put a number up there because I would never believe that number, right? What I did do is I said to myself, I said, in order for me to have more, let me be grateful for what I have. If I'm a good steward over what I have, then I can take a look at what my options are to see how I can get more. So as I was in this job and I was saying that I was only going to get $75 to myself a month, I started coming up with ideas on other things that I can do because I knew I was smart and I knew that that I can have more, but I also knew I was afraid, right? I also knew that I was afraid. And I also knew I didn't believe me. I didn't believe what was coming out of here. It does not matter how many sermons I watch, y'all. It doesn't matter how many people talked in my ear, how many books I read. I was excited about it. And I was just like, yes, Lord, that's right. And oh, he's so right. And let me go ahead and continuously watch this. But deep down inside, I was struggling. And I had to start with the stuff that I did believe in. You get what I'm trying to say, y'all? I had to start with the stuff that I knew about myself. And gradually, my faith increased. I didn't go for the top. Oh, I'm gonna make $1 million inside. I didn't go for that, right? Because I did not believe that. And I wasn't gonna work on that. And probably in 2 weeks, if it was on my mirror, I wouldn't even see that shit no more. And I'll probably take it down. Right? But this is what I did believe. When I got up every day, I said, thank you, God. I'm grateful for the things that you already have given me. And I'm excited about where my life is going. Today, I'm going to do one thing to help me move closer to my goal. And the one thing that I'm going to do today is I'm going to look around on the internet and look at some ideas on different businesses. And I'm going to read some different profiles and go to the bookstore and get me a book. And that's what I did. And then after I did that, I would get inspired and I would say, wow, these people did this and that or whatever. I would wake up the next day and I would say, God, I'm so inspired by what I read. Let me go ahead and see what kind of value that I can provide. What is it that's out there for me? And what I started doing is I said to myself, well, Gloria, you got a degree. You got a degree in computer science. Like you can go ahead and go get a programming job or do IT somewhere, right? You can go back to what you used to do. And I thought about it and I said, well, first you have to get over the fact that you failed at something. Because, see, going back means in my head, I was going backwards because I didn't want to do that anymore. Right. But I said to myself, well, I can go back to what I know and see if I can work that up from there. Because doing what I know first, I'm good at it. Second of all, you never know who you will meet. And that's what I did. So I started reaching out to all of my old IT clients and asking them if they needed help and figuring out who was where and what was going on. Right. And then I was able to get a hit from a guy from my one of my old clients. He was at a different job. And he said, Gloria, I was just talking about you. I'm so glad that you emailed me. And I checked this email because I was just saying to my boss that we needed you to come. And I'm like, this is how Healthy More works. Because I didn't do it out of fear. I didn't do it because I was coming from a place of lack. I came from a place where I started to believe in myself and understood how I can be able to create this healthy more. And it took a while. It wasn't right away because I was still stuck in that job for like another 4 or 5 months, right? But I was hopeful and I was diligent about my follow up, right? And I went in for the interview with the CEO and everything, and they interviewed me and they loved the attitude. And they was like, well, what's your hourly rate? Because, see, when you start to believe in yourself and you put yourself in a position, remember, people will ask you what you think you're worth. You get what I'm saying? They don't tell you what you think you deserve. They ask you what you are worth. So check this out. So I gave him my contract. I gave him my hourly rate. So he looked and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is very doable. Do I sign right here?" And I'm up there like, "Oh my God, is he going to sign right now?" Right? Because I'm all excited, right? I'm about to, because I used to always use my, what is that time? You know how they say you got time off or whatever? You get it every time you get a paycheck, like 4 hours or something like that. I used to always use those hours up and say, I can't come because I was out working on myself, right? And so when he signed it, y'all, it was like a sigh of relief. And I said to myself, this is my new beginning. And the only thing that I did was change my mindset and I stopped holding on to what I thought I deserved. And I started to open myself up to more possibilities. I started to believe in myself more. I started to understand that money is a tool. And all the stuff, all the only thing I was doing was exchanging value, right? So when he signed it, he was like, so when are you gonna come in? And I said, I'll be in, I was trying to be all, conservative at that time. I said, give me 2 or 3 days so I can go ahead and get myself together. But girl, I ran out of there and I was so excited. And I said to myself, God, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We fall down, but we get up. But at the same time, it is all up here. Because whatever you think you're worth, that's how much you're making. And if you don't like it, you can change it. But you have to be able to see what your money blueprint is. How do you feel about money? Do you believe that money grows on trees? Money doesn't grow on trees. Do you believe that you have to work hard for the money? Do you believe that you have to trade your time for money? Do you believe that money, there's a shortage of money? If you believe that, that's what you're getting. That's what you're getting. If you're not taking care of the money that you have and you're in a hole every month, then you're not being a good steward over money. So how can you get more when you can't take care of what you have? You get it? It's all a mindset. And you guys know, I mean, I teach people how to make money starting from scratch, nothing, because that is what I perfected. That's what I know, like nothing. When I lost everything, I am now building back up, right? I'm not sitting on a pile of money. I wish I was, but I'm doing something that I love. I'm being a good steward over the money I have. And I'm not worried about the increase because I know that if I continue to do what I love, the money comes. That's what I understand and know. And it has been proven to me over and over and over and over again. So I know this video was long, but I want you to see the different things that you are going to be facing when you are on this new journey. And people won't tell you this, y'all. And you know where you battling within yourself every day. You are battling with you and you asking yourself, how the hell am I going to make this work? Do I really believe that this business is going to take off? Am I really ready for this? Why does it cost so much money? How much do I have to invest in myself? You're coming from a place of lack. Every day I say to myself, what is the worst thing that can happen to you, Gloria, if all this stuff blows up in your face? And I say, the worst thing that can happen to me is that I have to start all over. And I'm okay with that because I did it before. You get it? And I built up that resilience. So the way that you start to change your mind about money is that you have to be able to tell the truth about yourself of what you believe about yourself now. Don't go running. I'm telling you, don't go running talking about, oh, I'm going to have $1 million and this. You will be disappointed and you will quit and you will say that it didn't work out for you. And you will start to blame everybody. And you would say, I was running out of money and I'm only getting money from my job and I really can't see how it's going to work. No. If your job is not paying you enough money for you to go ahead and invest in yourself or that pension, 401k, if you retired or whatever it is, then you have to be able to ask yourself, if money is a tool, how am I able to grow my value so that I can get more? What is it that I can do? Right? Don't run out there and say you're going to go, get a part-time job at Walmart and be on your feet for 7, 8 hours a day, maybe 10 hours a day, because you're not working on your dream. You just exchange your time for money. You're going to be tired. You're not going to work. You're going to be sitting up there stressed out. They're going to be calling you 6 days a week. And then you're going to feel like you got another responsibility. Figure out in yourself, how am I able to start with what I have and grow from there? Okay? Look at what you have and see how you can grow. Read the Bible story of the talents. How can you take what you have and grow it? The answer is there. Don't bury it. Use your talents because that is what creates healthy more, and that is what changes your mindset. And that is what allows you to have money running after you. Okay? There's nothing to be afraid of, but you're going to encounter this every day, every day, every day, every time you look at your bank account. Okay? And it doesn't matter how much money you have. You could be making $1 million, you can be making $500. You always encounter that. All right? So that's what I got. And we're going to work on this. All right. We're going to work on this because I want you to get in the habit of seeing um, and looking at a different way of money. Okay. Because if you're someone who wants to embark on an entrepreneurship adventure, if you want to increase your income at your job, you got to be able to change. You got to be able to think differently. If what and how you were thinking were working, then you would see the increase. If it's not, then you know that you just have an area blockage. That's all. Just an area blockage. Nothing to be ashamed about. You just need to be around people and understand a new way of thinking so that you're able to start to grow and excel, just like what we did in the beginning about you being able to be around different people, right? So I know this video is long. I'm going to stop right here. But we're going to do more of this. And like I said, when we have our workshops and our seminars, and I'm coming to see you guys, this is the biggest thing that we're going to talk about because it is important. At the end of the day, we all are going to excel. That's my goal. Girls Leap means learn, earn, advance, and profit. You got to be able to advance so you can see some money in the bank. And that starts with a mindset. Okay. I love you guys. I got to go. I know this is long as hell, but I believe that it was worth it. So I'll see you.